You're waking up.
I'm not.
Rest.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
How are you doing that?
Remember that end credit scene where the MCU hinted at Bucky becoming White Wolf? Well, it looks like that might actually be happening. For those who don't know, White Wolf is the adopted brother of Wakanda's King T'Challa and the leader of the Wakandan secret police, the Hatut Zeraze. His real name is Hunter, and he's an expert tracker, earning him the nickname White Wolf. In Wakanda, a plane crashes, leaving behind a lone survivor, a Caucasian infant. A local couple finds him, but while the husband fears the child and wants him gone, the wife is drawn to him. They bring him to King T'Chaka, who shocks everyone by adopting the boy and naming him Hunter. Growing up, Hunter trains alongside T'Chaka, becoming a skilled fighter and hunter, mastering combat by age 6. Things change when T'Chaka's wife, Niamey, dies giving birth to their son T'Challa. Hunter resents T'Challa, realizing he's the king's favorite and destined to be heir. He finds comfort in T'Chaka's new wife Ramonda, who understands what it's like to be an outsider. As an adult, Hunter is appointed leader of Wakanda's secret police, the Hatut Zeraze, earning the codename White Wolf. Hunter becomes a top-tier espionage agent, interrogation expert, and master tactician. He's highly skilled in both armed and unarmed combat, especially with knives and firearms. As White Wolf, he rocks a vibranium weave suit that absorbs kinetic energy, making him bulletproof. His gloves come with claws for scaling surfaces, and his boots have vibranium alloy pads that let him run up walls, land silently from 50-foot drops, walk on water, or even slice through metal. The suit also has cloaking tech that makes it look like regular clothes. When things get serious, he sometimes carries machine guns or a sniper rifle. As leader of the Hatut Zeraze, Hunter does some brutal things in service of Wakanda. T'Challa eventually discovered the Hatut Zeraze and was horrified by their brutal interrogation tactics. When Ulysses Claw invaded Wakanda to steal its vibranium, T'Chaka was killed, and T'Challa took the throne. Though Hunter was fiercely loyal to Wakanda, he didn't believe T'Challa was fit to rule and secretly began planning a coup. However, one of his own men, Derek Kanata, betrayed him by warning T'Challa. As a result, T'Challa had Hunter imprisoned and disbanded the Hatut Zeraze. Hunter remained locked up for years until the madman Achibi staged a coup, taking over Wakanda while T'Challa was distracted. Achibi freed Hunter and the Hatut Zeraze, hoping they would keep T'Challa busy. Hunter chased T'Challa through Manhattan, trying to provoke him into ordering Achibi's assassination, but T'Challa refused to acknowledge the Hatut Zeraze as a legitimate force. After Achibi was ousted from Wakanda, T'Challa locked Hunter back up. But he didn't stay there for long. Everett K. Ross, acting as Wakanda's regent, released him, hoping he could help deal with Eric Killmonger, who had taken over the Black Panther mantle, since Killmonger ended up in a coma after ingesting the heart-shaped herb. Still on the loose, Hunter revived Claw and had him attack a U.S. vessel, framing Wakanda for it. His goal was to put pressure on T'Challa, either to push him into becoming a better ruler or to make way for someone else. But Claw ditched their alliance, and T'Challa quickly took him down. Hunter later discovered that XCON, an underground network of intelligence agencies, had backed Achibi's coup and gotten hold of King Solomon's brass frogs. Using them, they summoned future versions of the U.S. President and Canada's Prime Minister, brainwashing them into serving XCON. Hunter took out the agents running the show and took control of the operation himself, but his plan was stopped by T'Challa, Tony Stark, and Canada's Alpha Flight, who sent the politicians back to their proper time. After T'Challa stepped away from being Black Panther due to a brain aneurysm, a New York cop named Kevin Kasper Cole started wearing the suit and operating in Manhattan. Hunter confronted Cole and decided to back him, supplying him with weapons, vehicles, and intel in hopes that he'd eventually lead T'Challa out of hiding. Cole did track T'Challa down, but after wavering between Hunter's and T'Challa's influence, he ultimately sided with T'Challa. At that point, Hunter stopped supporting him. Later, after T'Challa gave up the throne, destroyed the world's vibranium supply, and left Wakanda, Hunter resorted to murdering women to force him back into action. His plan worked. T'Challa, the NYPD, and Sophia, aka Girl Wonder, set a trap for him. After an intense fight, T'Challa took him down and turned him over to the authorities, making it clear that Wakanda and their family had completely cut ties with him. Now, this would make for an awesome story for a secondary character, and it would be great to see it adapted into the MCU as it is. But with the way things are shaping up in the main timeline, it's pretty much impossible to introduce Hunter's White Wolf the way it plays out in the comics. That's why it's looking more likely that Bucky Barnes will take on the White Wolf mantle instead. According to a popular Thunderbolts theory, Marvel Studios' upcoming film could finally push Bucky Barnes into becoming a full-fledged Wakandan hero. Thunderbolts is set to bring back several villains and anti-heroes from past MCU projects, forming a new team under the leadership of Julia Louis-Dreyfus's Valentina, the current CIA director. If the theory holds up, this could be the perfect moment for Bucky to officially embrace his White Wolf identity and step into a new heroic role in the MCU. With characters like Bucky Barnes, Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, Taskmaster, Ghost, and U.S. Agent returning, Thunderbolts is shaping up to be a sequel to multiple MCU projects. It will tie into Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Widow, and the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, among others. However, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier may have the biggest influence on the film, especially with speculation that Bucky will be the team's de facto leader. Bucky has been around since 2011's Captain America: The First Avenger, but despite being one of the MCU's longest-running characters, he's often taken a back seat. Thunderbolts could finally change that. The MCU has actually been setting up his transition to White Wolf for years. After the events of Civil War, Steve Rogers made a deal with T'Challa to keep Bucky in Wakanda, where he was eventually freed from Hydra's programming. In The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Io helped him fully break free, allowing him to move forward and shed the Winter Soldier identity. With all this setup, it feels like the perfect time for Bucky to officially embrace the White Wolf mantle. The post-credit scene of 2018's Black Panther showed Bucky Barnes in Wakanda, where local children called him the White Wolf. T'Challa later used the title in Avengers: Infinity War, and Bucky himself acknowledged it in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. However, he has never actually operated under that identity. Thunderbolts could finally make this official, especially if the team faces Sentry's dark alter ego, the Void. Given the scale of that threat, they may need Wakanda's advanced technology to stand a chance, and that might lead him to become the White Wolf. Even if Thunderbolts doesn't explore Bucky's transition into the White Wolf, another opportunity could arise. With The Falcon and the Winter Soldier recently released as a complete first season on 4K UHD and Blu-ray, speculation has grown about a possible second season. Since Sam Wilson is busy leading Captain America: Brave New World, a sequel series could shift focus to Joaquin Torres' new Falcon and Bucky Barnes. This would be the perfect opportunity for Bucky to officially step into the White Wolf role. Bucky Barnes has been in the MCU for over a decade, yet his character development has mostly revolved around becoming the Winter Soldier and later breaking free from Hydra's control. He has always played a supporting role, first to Steve Rogers and later to Sam Wilson. It would be great to finally see him step into the spotlight, whether in Thunderbolts or a potential The Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 2. Regardless of how it happens, Bucky is primed to embrace the White Wolf mantle, solidifying him as a powerful new Wakandan hero in the MCU. Well, that's it for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe because we'll be covering more updates on this soon and other exciting upcoming movies and series. We'll see you next time.